All right, y'all. So today I'm doing my client's hair. Her name is 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐠. Now, she's only in high school, but we're going to slay her today. And we're going to talk about how you feel about girls in high school wearing wigs. Is it kind of unorthodox or is it normal? Is it just a new day? Let's get into it. Hey Galaxy Girls, what is going on? Welcome to the Galaxy Girl Loft. It's your girl Easy Breezy. Now today, RPG sent us a 24-inch Yaki straight wig. Now this is a really full wig and they say it's only 150% density, but it feels like a 200 to me. Probably just because of the texture. I love that Yaki straight texture. And this wig is also a 13x6 lace, meaning it goes back 6 inches, so your parts can be a little bit longer and your styles can look a little bit more natural. Now, if you're investing in a wig, I do suggest that you go for a 13x6 wig rather than a 13x4. Now, the 13x4s do tend to be a little bit cheaper, but for the long haul, I feel like a 13x6 will last you and be a little bit more durable because every time you take the wig off and wash it and reinstall it, you end up cutting a little bit of lace off every single time, like half an inch to an inch worth of lace. Either because, the hairline may shed a little bit, or you want to recut the hairline to form fit your hairline. Every time you reinstall it, you cut a little bit of lace off, So getting the 13x6 will give you a little bit more lace to play with and a little bit more leeway. All right, so one more piece of information about the wig before we get into our shop talk. This wig has an HD lace. Now, I get a lot of wigs and these laces are not the same, okay? Sometimes they're softer, sometimes they're harder, sometimes they're lighter, darker, and this one is an HD lace, so it's actually a higher quality lace. So as you can see, before I actually cut the lace off, like toward the middle of the video, you'll see that the lace still does need to be tinted, but it's not like super white, Sometimes I get wigs where the lace is like super duper white, but the HD laces are a little bit more thinner and look a lot more natural. All right, so I'm going to introduce y'all to my model, 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐠. Now, 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐠 is from Jamaica and she moved to America within the last couple years. And she is so sweet, you guys, and so appreciative. And every time she comes and gets her hair done, she just expresses how much she's just happy about her hair and, how appreciative she is. And I just love having her around. And her mom is just the same energy, like super funny, entertaining. Like, I just love having them around. So, 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐠 is in high school. I believe she just passed 11th grade and about to go in her 12th grade year because the last time I did her hair, we were getting her ready for her homecoming. So I wanted to talk about how y'all feel about girls in high school that get wigs. And I'm not just talking about, the sew-ins, leaving some of your hair out, but actually the full wigs with none of your hair out. Now, when I was in 12th grade, okay, when I was getting ready for prom, I was so excited. I'm like, okay, I got my little 22-inch Milky Way and I did my sewing. And y'all, I was always trying to get my hair healthy. So I was cutting it, permanent, trying to go natural again. Like my hair was going through a whole bunch of different phases. So by the time I was in 12th grade, like my leave out was like 4 inches long and my weave would be like 22 inches. But I was so excited to do my own sewings and my own quick weaves, y'all. Like I could not contain myself. But the first time I ever wore a weave in school, I was in 7th grade and my mom used to do my big sister's hair with like this Remy hair that they used to have a long time ago at the beauty supply store, but it was like top shelf Remy, okay? Like if you had that brand of Remy, then you was popping. And when my sister would take her sewings out, my mom would give me, you know, the hand-me-down hair. And y'all, listen, I had no problem with that, okay? Give me all that hand-me-down hair. Okay, period. So she would sew it in my hair, but it wasn't like a full sewing. It was like half of it. So half of my hair would be out and, you know, flat ironed and stuff, and half of it would be tracks. So yeah, like in 7th grade, I thought I was the shit. I'm just like, listen, my hair is long. All I wanted was long hair at the end of the day. And I remember one time this girl was like, she was touching my hair. She was running her fingers through and she was like, girl, she was like, that's yours? I was like, no. And she was like, oh, and she was so amazed. Like she never seen extensions before. So that's the first time I realized, you know, weave in middle school was like a hot commodity. And also, I remember one time in 6th grade, like the year before, I was in line behind this girl and her hair was just really, really long. Like I just loved it, but it wasn't like OD long, you know, it was like a little bit past her shoulders, but it had some nice length to it. And I remember I was looking at it, and that's the first time I ever speculated that someone had extensions. And I tapped her on her shoulder and I was like, are those extensions? And she was like, yeah. But she was like, shh, don't tell nobody. And I was like, oh my God. So yes, like having weave or extensions or even just pieces of weave glued in your hair, it was like a secret, you know, like you did not want people to know that it wasn't your real hair. And if people found out, then you could be, you know, like made fun of. So it's like times have really changed. At first, it's like you don't want anyone to know that it's not your real hair. And now girls are wearing full lace wigs to school. Like, it's crazy. Now, one thing I will say is even when I was in high school and I graduated 2011, right? Girls were always finding ways to enhance themselves. But the thing back then was dyeing your real hair or getting sew-ins, right? But I do feel like if girls actually knew how to install wigs, we would have been having wigs on, like straight up, especially when girls wanted to try color. So I just feel like, I mean, as the hair industry developed and changed and stuff like that, and girls were finding out how to do new techniques and stuff like that, you know, they just did whatever they could, you know? So if we knew how to do wigs back then, I feel like probably we would have been wearing wigs too. So I can't really talk. Now, I just remembered I did used to wear a type of wig in high school, and if y'all know what I'm talking about, then y'all are definitely wig OGs. But these were the half wigs, quote unquote, that you used to get from the beauty supply store, and they weren't like full wigs. They didn't cover your hairline, but they didn't have like lace on it either. But you were supposed to put it right behind your hairline and leave some of your natural hair out on the perimeter so it can like blend in with the wig. And when I was in high school, I used to buy 2 curly wigs, and I remember they were like $20 a piece. So my hairstyles were like faithfully $40 every time I got my hair done, or did my hair, I should say. And I would sew them together so the wigs looked really, really big. And I wore my hair like that like almost the entire senior year of high school. So that was like my look, me and my homegirl. Like she used to always get the ones with the blonde highlights, and I used to always get the black ones. So we were like Kelly and Beyonce in high school. But yeah, I remember the half wigs. So if y'all remember those half wigs, comment down below. But yeah, those were definitely like a whole era. All right, you guys, so we are almost done with this hairstyle, but you already know we gotta tint this lace, okay? Because it's looking good, but as you can see, it ain't perfect, okay? So this is the dark brown lace tint foam from GalaxyGirlHair.com. And when I tell you guys, this is mine and y'all's favorite product on the entire website. Like, these are the #1 selling product on the entire website. And listen, everyone needs their lace tint foam because it really does capture the essence of an undertone, right? Like before, when I used to use makeup, like it works for some people, but it seems like the darker the complexion gets, the more ashy the lace may look when you use makeup. But the lace tint foams really get a nice undertone. They are such a rich color, and y'all, I'm loving it already. And when it dries, then it's gonna blend even better. Now, normally, of course, I would have all my clients sit under a dryer, but first my boyfriend dropped it. Then I dropped it. And when I dropped it, it shattered. So I have to get a new dryer. But until then, I can use my blow dryer. And that can also show you guys what you can use at home if you don't have like a, a mobile dryer and you're not all fancy and stuff like that. So yes, just get the black wraps and use your blow dryer. And as long as you make sure it's fully dry and keep patting the lace so, you can make sure it's still stuck to the glue, then you'll be fine. But yes, oh baby, yeah, this lace is melted, okay? Like, I mean, I don't even know why I'm this happy right now, but I love this product, y'all. And I don't know if you know the story of how I met Makeda, but I met her in a grocery store randomly at like 11 o'clock at night. And I guess, she was on her shift or whatever. And I never had, a girl to model my dark brown lace tint foams. I've always used my light brown and my medium brown. But I'm just like, you know what? I need to use this dark brown foam because girls need to know, how it works. So I saw her and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, you're so pretty. I'm like, do you wear wigs? And she was like, no. But, we ended up working it out and I spoke to her mom and we set the appointment. And I mean, our first video together went viral, like almost at 4 million type of viral. So yeah, we killed that. And she is an amazing model for the dark brown lace tint foam. So if y'all want y'all lace to melt the way Makeda's melts, go ahead and head to the website. All right, so let's talk about this texture, right? Now, this is Yaki Straight. I am in love with this texture just as a whole because it still gives straight hair, but it's voluminous and really big, right? Because of the texture itself. So, I mean, I've seen other types of Yaki straight textures. Some of them are straighter than others, but I like the ones that look like this because I like the volume. If you're not going to get silky straight hair, you want something that actually like makes a whole different statement. So this definitely gives that. And because she's about to go on vacation, I feel like this is going to be a whole lot easier for her to maintain than regular straight hair, because when you have a straight wig and you're going to the beach, it's just going to look like wet and just like limp a little bit. And straight hair doesn't have a curl, so it kind of just looks like blah, and you're going to have to keep a blow dryer and a flat iron with you at all times. But with this hair, all you need is a paddle brush and a blow dryer at most, okay? Because the blow dryer gets it straight enough to look like this. Now, I did hit it with the flat iron a little bit, but I didn't have to go through it. I didn't have to do it row by row. It took me like 5 minutes to flat iron. So yes. So let me know what you guys feel about the shop talk. How old were you when you started wearing wigs and weave and stuff like that? And what you feel about these new modern girls wearing full lace wigs to school? Okay. Now, once again, thank you so much, RPG, for sponsoring this video with this Yaki straight wig. If you guys want this exact unit, I'm going to put all the information in the description below. Okay, if you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you go ahead and do that. Turn on your notifications and I'll see y'all later.